Hello and welcome everyone. We will just wait a moment to see if any other participants will join, and then we will start shortly. Okay, hello and welcome to today's webinar on the topic of future-proofing your financial services. I will now give you a few organizational details before I welcome our speakers onto the virtual stage. You are all in listen-only modus, which means that you are muted and your camera is turned off. But you are very welcome to ask your questions in the chat with the question mark symbol. And our speakers will then be happy to address them in the Q&A later in our session. The webinar will be recorded and we will send you the recording afterwards via email. In today's webinar, we will ask the question whether your financial services institution is ready for the next wave of digital customer engagement. And now I'm pleased to introduce our speakers for today. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
Hi, Alina.
Hello. Andrea's territory manager here at Liferay, and she's responsible for the CEE region. And Peter is the CEO and co-founder of our valued partner, Webtown. The stage is yours, guys. Have fun.
Thank you, Alina. And thank you all others for joining and attending today's webinar. And as Alina already said, we will discuss the Agile content, AI-powered engagement, and the rapid digital transformation within the financial services vertical. Okay. She introduced me. I'm Andrea Ivets. I'm working as a CE territory manager, and my co-host today is our partner company CEO and co-founder, Peter Kalmar, who will introduce the Liferay technology to you in more depth by providing a live demo. After the short intro, I will walk you through. As Alina also said, we will try to actually help you answer this question throughout the webinar at the end, and to actually understand where are you with this. Are you already in the process? Are you ready? And what if there is anything else you should consider before actually making the next steps. And I really do hope it will be useful for you. Today's agenda will look as shown. We will first discuss the importance of the customer experience. Then we'll move to designing your roadmap around this customer journey and the customer experience, how to choose the right technology. Peter will actually present to you a live demonstration of the solution and the topics we have already announced. And at the end of the session, there will be Q&A, and we actually encourage you to send us your questions also throughout this webinar that we will answer at the end. Okay. So why the customer experience is so important? Where does this importance come from? So customer experience is rather crucial because it actually directly impacts the business ability to attract and retain customers. Okay, this positive customer experience leads to the increased customer satisfaction, loyalty, and advocacy, and ultimately actually is driving the revenue growth and the market share. And in today's competitive landscape, it's a really game changer or real differentiator, which allows all the businesses to stand out from the crowd by providing really exceptional customer experiences. I do believe I'm not telling you something you already don't know, but it's always important to emphasize it. And these analytics numbers are actually also the proof of that, because you can see what the bad experience can produce, it's a not small number. And you can see that 77% of the B2B customers actually have found that their purchasing process was rather complex and time consuming, which led to this really unsatisfying experience. Okay. At the same time, 66% accounts customer experience say that is more relevant for them than the price and the brand together. Okay, so it's a really significant number and really something you should consider. Okay, at the same time, 60% more of them will not use the company's services after having a bad experience. Really small amount of them will actually even share that information with you before walking away. Customer is always right. Okay, we are actually trying to retain them, we're trying to grow them, we try to serve them in the best way. So this is something that is actually in many strategies of the companies in the center. Okay, how to design your roadmap. I do believe that many of you have been working on this and are working on the daily basis, and the idea is not to teach you how to do it because you probably know it, but it's good to walk through the, let's say, the red flags, what not to do to actually fail in providing or getting to the spot where you want to be. Okay. Today's MarTech actually offers you a huge number of technologies that can support or solve certain parts of this journey when it comes to the customer experiences. Be careful about that one. You don't need them all, most probably, and you might even fail by utilizing a huge number, ending up with the jungle or the zoo of the technologies. What is better at the beginning is actually to do good analysis. What would the status quo bring? And actually ensuring that at the table you have all the relevant stakeholders who are serving the clients or either with the services or the product and are relevant to this customer journey and agree with them how to tailor it. Okay. Leaving people behind. Do not leave people behind because the processes actually work only with the people behind those processes. Okay, they're relevant no matter what AI analytics you will utilize, automatization systems to produce like certain functionalities. You still need the people behind because the human to human interaction is still relevant and existing in these customer experiences. And any change management has to include the people that you're serving, your customers, but also your employees who have to be onboarded, trained, and also these feedback loops in different parts of the journey are important and you need to ask and communicate with both sides. Okay. And at the end, don't come to the finish line on your own. Okay, this is not the race, it is a competition on the market where you want to actually serve your clients maybe faster and better than them. Okay, but customer experience is not a project but a journey. Okay, which you will actually fine tune, change, analyze. Okay, and it's also, like I said previously, it's closely linked to the corporate strategy where customer is in the center. So you really need to be careful how you tailor it, how this process looks like, not to end up at the finish line on your own. How to choose the right technology for your needs. Okay, talking through the experiences and what the analysts are finding, you have seen that a huge number of the B2B customers were unsatisfied with the complexity of the solution and how much time did it take them to do something that they find rather intuitive and should be shorter. Okay, try to reduce the complexity. Okay, it's important to map those complex business processes and actually break them down and make them more easier. Okay, you will look for the solution that can fit your specific needs. Don't go with the jungle. Try to figure out what actually can you utilize out of the box and what you can customize at the end to map this process. Okay, integration is extremely important because all the customers just want to have one stop where they can see all of the services and the product they're utilizing from your company. Okay, for them it's irrelevant whether those are 5 or 10 different departments or 5 or 10 different systems. You will integrate those and get all the relevant information and serve them. Okay, and this will enable you to create this integrated seamless customer experience, but also you're in a sweet spot to be able to quickly respond to any future requirements. Okay, saving resources in different ways is also a must have. Okay, it's not only about the total cost of ownership and return on the investment you will make. Okay, it's also about saving resources on the human side. We are living, or quite common thing today is utilizing low code, no code capabilities, citizen developers who are more engaged. This is the way how you can also save resources by actually utilizing technologies that are offering the same. And avoiding vendor locked in, because this might not be the agile change you would like to have or agility you would need to be able to respond to the market changes and the needs. How Liferay DXP actually supports this idea, you will see more depth in the live demo. But Liferay DXP, which stands for Liferay Digital Experience Platform, is the one platform for building the digital solutions across the entire user journey. What does it mean? You can actually connect with your customers when they're not even, they didn't become one yet, okay? You are actually reaching out to them in the phase when they're only leads in the prospect. You use different functionalities to interact in, and engage with them. Then you convert them, they become your clients, your customers, okay? Your goal is to retain them, to grow them, and to keep them as a loyal advocate customers who will bring you the new referrals and the new prospects also to utilize your services. All of these functionalities, capabilities are coming within the platform. Okay, it's only one platform that consists of from the following portfolio of three products: digital experience platform as a core, which enables you to build the websites, portals, personalized experiences, integration layers. Okay, with added value of the commerce engine, which enables you to support pre-purchase, purchase, and the post-purchase part of the customer journey, and the analytics cloud, which you will also see shortly in the demo, which enables you actually to understand the behavior of your customers, but also of the content you're offering to them, utilizing the A/B testing, utilizing personalization, segmentation, even the AI capabilities will actually help you out to understand your customer habits. Uh, Liferay DXP can be deployed in three different ways. You can utilize it as a cloud, whether we are talking about the software as a service or platform as a service, or as a self-hosted deployment where you are deploying the keys on your physical or virtual servers. This intuitive toolkit for all your needs and our enterprise framework actually brings along, and it's inside of the platform. You get the toolkit for the content management system, digital asset management, sites, personalization, security, everything listed here, plus AI. And shortly, you will see in the demo what am I actually talking about. Uh, this is a short intro from my side. I'm open also for the questions you might have for what I have been talking about. And now I will give the mic to Peter Kalmar, who will actually show you how do we actually can deliver and how our technology supports delivering these exceptional digital experiences that help you convert and retain your clients. Okay, thank you. And Peter, I'm passing the mic to you. Peter, we don't hear you.
Thank you, Andrea. Sorry. So, thank you, everybody. Great to be here today. And what we have prepared for you is a banking demo. And basically, what I would like to do is just show you the platform itself. Andrea showed you a lot of about the capabilities and explained the use cases, but now I would like to show you in this live demo what Liferay really is. It's very important that this is a complex platform. It's very easy to use, but it has a lot of different functionalities. So at the moment now, my plan is not to go into the real details, but at least show you an overall picture about the platform and the capabilities, so you will understand that how does it look like and what are the capabilities. So in this demo, what you can see on my screen is just basically we created this financial demo, but of course, Liferay can be used to a lot of different use cases, not only for this website use case. But what I will show you in this demo after logging in is that how flexible to manage these different pages. For instance, in this platform, you can see an account opening application form, which is also using the LifeRay built-in functionalities, which every element of validations, so you have to fill in all the fields in the right way to be able to open an account. Also, the page has other contents and content blocks and articles and everything. So let me just now log in into the system because it will be very interesting how LifeRay manage this site. So if I log in with the user, I will just jump to a main site, which is the bank, this bank main website. So I can use here and manage different sites within this LifeRay. So the demo which I prepared and for you today is the LifeBank demo. So you can easily see now in the top of my screen that it's changed a bit, but still we are on the same web page. So you don't feel that there is now a big difference. However, there are a lot of functionalities already available here. So if you look at the top side of the page, here you can see different icons which will help us to go through and change the page, check different statistic information, configure it, and so on. While on the left side, if we open up this panel, we can see a lot of other configuration elements where we can, for example, manage contents, data, build up the different pages, managing the design, and so on. We won't go into all of these details, but it's important to see that since LifeRay is a multi-site system, basically due to that fact, you can manage and create different sites in one platform. So you might have 1, 3, 5, 10, or 20 different pages, sites, okay, microsites, you can manage it. But in the left side, what we can see is the setup of this current website, what we are editing now. So as a first step, let's just jump into the middle and go and see how we can edit a page like this one. If we click on this icon, which is a little pencil, a new editing mode will open up. So if you look around what happened, this is still the same page with the same elements, but what I can do is just easily click on any element and change it, prices. Or if we want, for instance, we can easily change the layout. We can easily add new elements. Every element what we can see on the page is editable. So even though we have a button which we would like to get your account online, you can edit any of these elements. And every element what we can see has its own way of editing. So on the right side of the page, we can basically very easily change even the different spacings and elements. So if I go here, then you see it's changed a bit. If I add it to more, and then it will again change a lot. So there is a very flexible way of changing and editing the page. Also, every element has its own way. So for example, this is a button. For a button, we can easily add a link. If it's a text, then we are doing it differently. If it's a picture, for example, and we click on it, then we can go to the media library, which is integrated, an asset library, as Andrea mentioned. And in the asset library, basically, we can choose from different pictures and change this one to another one if we want. So now I changed it to the same one as we have here. So basically, when we are editing the page, we can have different elements here, and some of the elements are like this that we can easily just take it and edit it, and there are other elements which, for example, list of accounts, list of contents, a list of news, and so on. So there is a huge flexibility, and which is also very important that we are not just editing the site version, we can also edit, for example, the mobile version of the page. So if we edit the mobile version, then we can see how the mobile version looks like, and very easily, for example, we can just decide that this element we just simply don't want to see in the mobile version. So there is a flexibility for us to change the different versions on a tablet or a mobile or anywhere else. Okay, so this is very important. But don't worry, any changes, what we do is in the history. So very easily we can just move from one version to another and go back and discard any changes if needed. The other thing it is very easy with LifeRay is basically managing the different language models. So if we want, we can just simply change and go to another version. LiveRay manages a lot of different language versions, and if we choose another language, we just start and changing the different tag field. Also, there is our translation system. So if we want, the system can automatically change the whole page. We have other flexibilities in the site. So, for example, we can change the design if we have different design elements. We can have different style books if the company has different styles for the different pages or different sites. Then this can be very easily changed. There is a support also for collaboration because we have learned that there are a lot of different use cases where people are working together and they would like to, give comments to each other. So wherever we are working on the site, if I have any comment about this text, I can just simply write here, please change this one. Please change this to a new version. And then we can add the comment. So the next time when another editor is coming here, they can come and basically continue working on this. Okay, so this is just a nutshell about how easy to manage the different types and the different versions. So let me just go back for a minute to our main page again. And what you can see here is that now this page is selling me a loan. But of course, it's not always the case because maybe I am interested in something else. So there are different experiences. In LiveRay, basically, you can work on different versions of a page, which might be interesting for different peoples. Let's see what else we have here. So if I change, you can see here different experience. This experience is made for people who would like to buy loans, but we can also jump to another version, which is for people who wants to open an account now. So basically, if we step one back and see these different versions, and here is the default one, okay, when we don't know anything with the customer, then we can basically set up different segmentations. And these different segmentations means that based on what the people are doing on our website, based on the articles what they are reading, based on if they logged in users, that what is their account, what is their history in our bank, or whatever information we have, uh, we can change the layout. Or if it's a marketing use case, maybe your marketing team is just starting a new campaign. And based on this campaign, people are coming from a Facebook advertisement or coming from an AdWords. And then we would like to show them a different message on the main site. Yes, some of the cases we build up a different page for that, a one pager, but sometimes we just want them to come to the main page. So for that, basically we have this support. And how does that work? There are two ways of doing it. So if we turn on the right side, not going into every details, but we have one section, which is about the people. Under the people, basically, we have segments. And under the segments, we can have different segments. For example, here we have one audience who is interested in loans, another one who is interested in accounts, and there is another test segment. If you see there is differences, the differences is the source. So if we build up one audience, then this can be set up here in the portal, or we can connect the system to Analytics Cloud. Let me get back to Analytics Cloud a little later because that will be also an important add-on to the portal. But if we go into one example, there is a very flexible way of giving different rules to this segment. So it means that, for example, here in this demo, if there is a cookie which is coming from reading articles, if this cookie is set up, then the people who is interested in loans will be in this segment. But not only this can be assigned, this can be the use case. If we know the user Maybe based on the user information, we would like to add the segment, somebody to the segment. Or maybe based on that, where they are coming. So in the session attribute, we can not only have cookies, but we can have a referral URL. So if we want, we just add, another rule here. And then if I add another rule, I can decide, okay, this is the cookie, but also I would like them, if they come to this URL, then I would like to give them something different. Or I just want to know that when they last time logged in. So if it was not in the last 2 months or 2 weeks or 2 days, then I would like to show them a message about, terms and condition has changed. So there are a lot of different way of using the different segmentations. And when we are ready with the segment, after that, it's very simple because we just come to the page, edit our page, as I showed you before, and just choose which experience we are editing. So this is the default experience, but if I click here, then I will start editing this experience. So this is simple as that to make a different experience available. So let's get back to the main page for a little more, and let me show you one more important things. So if you remember, we have here a possibility to create an account. When we are talking about a little more about the functionalities, we sometimes need to do something based on, for example, a data, collecting data, creating forms and storing these informations. For that, we have a form engine built in. Of course, as I said, I won't go into all the details, but at least show this one because this is important. So form engine, what we have here is basically the way how we build up this new account planning. So if you look at this, you can see that basically there is a current account application form, which you can use here. So there are first name, last name. You can easily set up how it looks like. You can have different validations. For example, with this one email, we have a validation of confirmation that we need to confirm this information, and there is an error message. It doesn't work. There is a second page where we collect the different address lines. Maybe there are information which is, for example, a country is coming from a third part API, the different options, what we can choose here, and so on. And of course, at the end of this, when we have all the validation, some of the fields are stored in the database, then we are done with that. And basically, the form can start its own way in the system. For that, we have process builders. So the system, it has its different way of creating an account. Or, for example, this is a workflow which happening if you send the form, it will go for a review. Then here from the form starting, then it will go to review. Then based on the review, there will be a completion of the account. Or maybe there can be use case when the bank said that okay, we'll decline it, and so on. And there is a process of creating the users. So basically, this is something which is starting the low code, no code logic behind LifeRate. Because low code, no code is very important to make and quickly solutions in LifeRate. So for low code, no code, we have a lot of other applications also available here. And one of the low code, no code application is called objects. Try to think about objects as basically databases. So places where we store data in the system. So for instance, we have a form, then the form we store the data in these different database tables called objects. And all of this object has its own permission system. It has its own API. So basically when somebody creates an object in the system, it automatically will do everything what we want. And basically after that, we can show data which was collected in the system in a nice way. We can use through the generated APIs and get information from these tables or add information. I know it's a bit technical, but it's important to understand that whenever there is somebody in the bank who is working with the portal and the platform, it's very important to be able to create and give very, very quick responses, for the business needs. Because usually, if we have seen several use cases when we send information, and what we get is that okay, but it goes to IT. IT needs a lot of time to change it and then to upload it in the system. It's very important that with these capabilities, this is much, much, much faster than normally it is. So going to the next, going back to the site. Okay, for a minute. What is important here is that there are some other things which you can see here. And the other thing is the content performance. Content performance is basically when we integrate this system with Liferay Analytics Cloud. Try to think about Liferay Analytics Cloud, something which is similar to Google Analytics. I'm pretty sure you all heard about it. But Liferay Analytics is much more than that. Because in Liferay Analytics, this is 100% connected with the portal, and you can have much more information. And you also can have information uh, at the right place. So for instance, at this page, we can see how the statistics look like in the last couple of, weeks. And of course, we can see where is this coming from. This is a demo site, so there is no paid or social advertisement for here, but you can see that basically we have here different options on this. Also, what we can do, we can create A/B tests. There is one already running. A/B test means that basically we can do a goal. For example, the goal here is to click. So if I look, this is the target click. So this is what we are measuring. And basically what we can do, we can have different versions of sorry, this is the target click. We have different versions of the site. So we can have version D, which is looking for anything, and we can have another which is looking for a loan. So this is a very tiny difference in the page, and we can start measuring when do we have more clicks on the Get It Now button. Is it when this is the message or the other one? But if we jump to the Analytics Cloud, we can see what are these capabilities. So let me just change my screen for a sec and show you another screen, the Analytics Cloud. So one sec, and here it is. So hopefully by now you can see this one. Okay, so this is Analytics Cloud. In Analytics Cloud, basically you have different way of looking at what's going on with your site, but you can have much more insight than in Google Analytics. Of course, on a page view, you can see which page, on a site view, which page are the people looking at, where are the source coming, what are the visitors data and all of this. But it's very important that the system will also using AI to understand your content because it integrated with your portal. So there is a way that the content can be read, and basically the system will choose that where is the traffic coming from, which are the interests, and so on. You can see it on the. Sorry, I think I've logged out for a minute. Just give me a sec, because I didn't use it while we were on the other demo. So let me go back to this one. Okay. So here we can see the different interests and other things, but which is important, we have an asset view also. So asset view means that uh, basically the Liferay Analytics can read your content, your blogs. So understand that in the system there are blogs, and there is one blog article. And regarding this blog article, how many people are reading this blog article? Maybe they are reading it in the different pages because we use it on the main page, we use it in a sub page. But it's important that this statistic is about this asset, this element, what we are doing. And not just these elements, because sometimes we have forms. So for example, we have this current application form, which is very important to understand that what's going on, how many time people are spending on it. We don't have too much statistic here, but it's very important to see that how good is our form, how it's performing, as well as the different web contents. So if I go into one the web content, for example, this one, then I will see the behavior of this web content. And if we do have logged in users, then we also have information about which user is using this one. So if I go into this user, this is my user, the test user, which I logged in at the beginning. I can see this user, what he is doing in my site. So I can see the traffic, I can see what he's interested in, I can see where he was moving on the site. Of course, for that, we need the logged in users, because without that, uh, we cannot really uh, collect this information. But it's important the system itself, when we have a user and he's an anonymous user, starts to collect this information and basically storing it, putting a little cookie into the machine. And if it's not deleted, then after registration process, when he become a customer, we will know the history of this user, which might help us a lot. One more important thing regarding the users is the segmentation. If you remember, I showed in the portal that how we can create segments. But here, this is even more flexible because Analytics Cloud can collect a lot of informations. And basically, these informations can come from the different behaviors. So in this case, it means that, for example, I can put here, I can create a segment which I can use in the portal automatically and create a different way of pages by using, much more and much more sophisticated options, like who is submitted the form, who viewed the form, basically. So I would like to say that this is a segment for people who viewed the form, but they didn't fill it in. Because maybe next time if they come, I would like to put a button there, hey, come and please finish your submissions. Or for instance, they started to read the blog or commented on a blog which is about loans. So in that case, I would like to show them different loans. So we have a lot of different way and a lot of different informations. Also, I can add interest. So if we, for example, think that the home insurance, okay, the home insurance is an interest for the users, then we understand, the AI understand the system that whoever is reading insurance articles or any article which mentioning insurance, he will be interested in home insurance. So basically, with these capabilities, we can very easily create much more sophisticated information, also geolocation based, maybe it's coming from this area of the country, then it would be interesting. Or, for example, referral information, because in the portal which I showed you, you had to put an exact URL. But here, since this is a Analytics Cloud, it's collecting information. So it's collecting where are these users are coming and collecting the different URLs where the users are coming. And then we can also use this all for segmentation. And the last one, which we talked about regarding Analytics Cloud, is the test. So the different A/B tests. So if you can remember on the main page, we had some tests, we have draft tests and running tests and so on. So for example, if we have a test which is running, let's just go into one. Don't think we have too much content because that not that much user is using it, but then we might have, some kind of traffic when they're using version A or version B. You can see the different colors is that who clicked on the button based on which version and how did it look like. So this is basically how we can go and manage Analytics Cloud. And there is one more thing which is important is that all of these things are the built-in capabilities which we are showing you today. And what I would like to also show you is one more thing which we feel today is very important. So let me just Let me just log in into the other system and show you another screen. Okay, so my third one, which I'd like to show you, will be this demo. So this is also another demo page, a different design for a different kind of use case. But what is important that we put here one thing, and this is AI chat. So here is AI chat. And if I start talking to that, what we have done is basically we uploaded some kind of information to this use case and explained to the AI chat that what this will be about. This is a local instance. So this is not something like that that we are talking to the ChatGPT in general. This is for our use case. Hi, who are you? Let's ask it what it knows about. Okay, so he is working at Webtown Bank. We are Webtown, so that's why this is about. So let's say that I am a student. What can you offer me? Okay, absolutely free. You'll get it NetBank. There is a package which he's now trying to sell me, which has free cash withdrawals and so on. So, okay, what else do you have? Let's see. Other packages. So it says that Webtam Basic package. I can offer you more information about that. So maybe we can ask that how I can apply to this apply to this package. It says that I have to go to the website and basically provide it. Of course, if we would have this URL, then we can, teach the AI to be able to automatically give a URL for this one. So that would be also possible. So basically, what's happening here is that we integrated this little chat with Liferay, and in Liferay, whatever information we are storing, for example, different documents about policies. And so we don't have to go into the page and try to search for it one by one. But basically, we can start in a very flexible way, which is very simple. Start to talk to the AI. We'll understand our needs and what we would like to achieve. So basically, these are the different things which I wanted to show you today with the AI chat, the analytics cloud, and also the Liferay capabilities. So thanks for listening to it and watching it. And I am very open for any question which you may have. So we'll ask Andre also to come back, and then we are very happy to answer any of your questions.
Peter, I'm back, and I think we got the first question. How long does it take to realize a project like this? Do you want to pick up this one?
Yeah, sure. So basically, our experience is that we can be very quick creating a project. The usually time frame at banks are at least 4 to 6 months, but not because technically this is the time what's needed to do the project like this, but we usually need the time, to understand the different needs. There might be integration points and so on. So I wouldn't say that if I were you, I would calculate around a half a year project for managing everything, and it really depends on if it's on a cloud or it's in on-prem or how does that look like, the infrastructure, because usually the infrastructure is something which takes time to have all the servers and agree everything with the bank.
Thank you, Peter. The next question was, how are you using analytics cloud capabilities? I can pick up this one. We actually within Liferay are also utilizing it to like track the behavior of the content, mainly I would say For the logged in users, we are not utilizing it, but I can tell you that our clients are actually utilizing it in the way that Peter was showing you, okay? You can actually map different experiences, okay, depending on the segmentation, okay, to also deliver, like different content, but quite often is actually about also understanding the behavior of the campaigns you are delivering to your clients. A/B testing is here quite relevant because it actually enables you to serve the content that performs better in the eyes of the clients, okay, but also the analytics that Peter was also showing, which channels are performing better, okay. These are actually, I would say, quite relevant informations for the marketing and the sales departments, okay, when fine-tuning the existing or planning the upcoming campaigns, okay. The next question was, Peter, around the AI. What other AI capabilities are existing within LifeRay? If you can walk through
Yeah,
this one.
absolutely. So basically, in Liferay, what we have showed was just one little add-on, but there are a lot of other capabilities where you can use like AI in Liferay. So there is a way that basically with AI you can do content generation. So there is an AI-powered content generation solution in it. There is an AI-powered image generation. And also, whenever this is commerce, there is product information generation tools. And also, very important, we can do translations automatically. So there are different. You can use Microsoft or Google, or there are different AI which can be just set up very easily. There is an auto tagging assistant, which is important that when you are creating different contents, even with AI, then the tagging can be totally automatic. And there is coming soon the semantic search, which will be a way of understanding your questions like ChatGPT does. So it will be there very soon. And but what is important is to understand that basically you can bring your own AI into Liferay. So Liferay makes it very easy to accessible all users for the different tasks, and whatever type of AI you are fan of, let's say it, you can integrate it because Liferay itself is very good in integration. But what I have seen was a very cool demo in the last DEF CON, which was about that basically somebody was just drawing on a paper a layout for the page and just send it and upload it into Liferay, and Liferay created the page automatically based on this drawing using AI and also adding, the different sample contents for it. So that's very cool. So if we talk about AI, I think Liferay is one of the best capabilities included in the portal. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Nothing to add on this one. I think you, you made it all over the place. As I understand, we don't have any other questions. Please do feel free to ask us. Um, but let's say, summing up everything we were talking about and what Peter was showing you, and big thanks to Peter, he was really well juggling between all the screens and the pages and the sites. And with only one logout, this is really, I would say, excellent performance and achievement. Okay, thank you for that, Peter. But what was the goal here is actually to help you out with understanding where are you in this journey regarding this rapid digital transformation that we are witnessing on a daily basis. It's not happening only in financial services, as we all know, okay? But certainly there is a big shift or big disruption in how clients are performing today, what are they expecting, and actually how you can deliver these personalized experiences. In the era of AI, everybody are looking what can be automated, predicted, provided, and so on. But there is still, like I mentioned before, there is this human to human interaction we cannot forget about, okay? And we shouldn't be lost in the jungle of everything that exists on the market, okay? So the task is not easy. There are new generations coming. They're already there, sorry, for some time already, who are actually, I would say, only existing or performing in this digital world, which is even more relevant for you to serve them through these digital customer experiences. And I do hope we manage to provide you some insights and the informations also from the Liferay and Webtown side with the solution that we are utilizing, which is Liferay Digital Experience Platform. Both of us are available for the further questions you might have, or maybe even additional demo that you would like to see from our side, or anything else that I haven't offered and mentioned, neither Peter, okay? Please feel free to reach out to us. We would appreciate also your feedback if this was actually useful for you and if it has fulfilled what we were expecting from this webinar, okay? At the end, I want to thank you all for, again, joining, attending, giving us your time. Thank you, Peter, for providing this demo, and I wish you all a good day. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea.